Welcome back to episode 4 of Vibe Coding an iOS app. In the last 3 episodes, we used Claude Code, Xcode, and Simulator to build and test the app on my machine. But today we're leaving the machine and we're going straight to the phone. So I'm going to show you how to use TestFlight to have real users download the app on their phone. So let's dive in. Okay, so in this series, we are vibe coding a mobile app, and specifically we're vibe coding an iOS app. And so this is the 4th video of the series. And in the first few videos and episodes, we used a few tools and we'll continue to use a few tools. So that tool list includes ChatGPT, and we're using ChatGPT as our thought partner. We use Gemini 3.0 for research when we're going to use Claude Code the heaviest. And so that's the tool that we're going to be using to actually build out the app. And we're going to be doing that with Xcode, which you need to build iOS apps. And we've also used Nano Banana to build out some diagrams and visuals. A quick little recap of what we're building. We're building a what to eat for dinner app. So the idea is that you and your partner would both have the app installed on your phone. Your accounts would be linked and you would be prompted with a suggestion for dinner. And if you want the dinner suggestion, you would swipe right. If you don't, you would swipe left. Your partner would do the same. And then if you both swipe right on the same suggestion, you'd be notified that you have a match, and then you could get the recipe and you could make that for dinner. So that's what we've set out to build. So in the first episode, we came up with the idea. We built this playbook using best practices on a bunch of different YouTube videos for building iOS apps. And we started following the playbook step by step. So in the first video, we validated the idea, and then we also created a waitlist and a landing page for people to sign up for the app. And then the second episode, we had ChatGPT build out the MVP and the spec documents, as well as the initial starter prompt that we gave Claude Code to actually build the app. And then we confirmed using Xcode and the simulator that we could actually run the app and we could see it on an iPhone via the simulator. And then in the third episode, we started going through the vibe coding build loop where we started iterating. And then we followed a framework to make sure that you didn't get lost in scope creep. So in this episode, we're going to take the phone from the simulator and actually get it working on my actual phone and my wife's phone to confirm that it actually works. So in these screenshots we have here, we can see what we have built so far using the simulator. So this is just a screen grab from my computer, but the app purpose was supposed to be simple as possible. So we basically just have 2 screens. We have the first screen where you get the suggestion for dinner, and you can swipe right, you can swipe left, you can click X, or you can click check. And then you have the matches screen. But what we want to do to make sure this actually works is we want to run this and download this on my phone and my wife's phone. So in order to do that, we have the following steps that we're going to follow in this video. So we have a few prereqs to work through, which we'll get to next. But the gist is we're going to create an Apple developer account. And then with that, we're going to connect Xcode and then use TestFlight to actually install the apps on our phone. And then if this thing works, my wife will be able to download it. I'll be able to download it. I'll be able to see matches on my screen. And if that works, that will be a success. So we'll start working through this now. So the first thing you're going to do is you need to enroll in the developer program for Apple. So you're going to go to developer.apple.com, and I'll make sure that I have detailed instructions and all the links that you need in the description of the video. But first you're going to go to this website and you're going to sign in with your Apple ID. And once you sign in, you just have to click enroll, and then you're going to have to fill out your payment information. That process takes about 5 to 10 minutes to complete the processing. So once you get the email from Apple that your application has been processed, then you can come back in and finish these next steps. But so what we're going to do is I've got the notification from Apple that the application and the enrollment has been processed. So there's a few things that we're going to set up in the certificates, IDs, and profiles. So we're going to go to the identifiers here, and then we're going to add a new one. And it's going to be for app IDs. We're going to click continue, and this is for an app. And then we're going to fill out the description and the bundle ID. So we'll say swipe for dinner, and then the bundle ID, this needs to match what we have in Xcode. So in Xcode, we'll open up that really quick. So in Xcode up here, if you're in the project and you go to targets, in general, you have in the identity section, the bundle identifier. So that needs to match exactly. So that's what we're going to be typing in on the website. Okay, so you fill that, make sure it matches Xcode, and then you want to make sure that explicit is checked off. And then we are going to continue and register. Okay, so then once that's set up, you can head over to the App Store Connect. And in the App Store Connect, you're going to go to apps. We're going to add apps, and then we can name this. I'm just going to name it Swipe for Dinner. Platform is iOS, English for the language. Bundle ID is, you should be able to click the drop down and this should be what we just set up. And then the SKU, let's see, what should we put for the SKU? Swipe for dinner 01. And then we'll click create. And then once that's good, we have a few settings we need to make sure are accurate in Xcode. So with the dinner app target, or with your app name and the target selected, you have to go to signing and capabilities. And then you want to make sure in your drop down that you have your Apple ID selected. So that's my Apple account. And then the bundle identifier is set up. So that should be the same exact bundle identifier that we had entered on the site. And you also want to make sure that automatically manage signing is checked. Okay, and then the next step is to archive and upload to App Connect. So we are going to change the target device here to any iOS device ARM64. So then we're going to archive by going to product, archive. Okay, and then once you click archive, it's going to take a few seconds, but then this window pops up. You want to make sure that you have the version that you just archived selected, and then you click distribute app, and then App Store Connect, we're going to distribute. Okay, so we got a few validation failed errors that we have to address. So we'll troubleshoot this with Claude Code, but it looks like when we built the app, we didn't include any icon images with Xcode. So we're gonna head over to Claude Code, and I have a prompt for Claude Code to fix this. Okay, so Claude has the proposed plan to fix. So the problem is App Store Connect reject the build because the app icon set contains only contents, so it didn't include the actual images. So I told Claude to just use some placeholders for now. So we're going to start that. All right, so Claude's finished. We're going to go redo the build in Xcode. Okay, so the build successfully ran, and I can see on the home screen of the simulator that we do have an icon now. So that looks like that's working. So we need to archive again. So we are going to go to product. We'll increase the build to, and then we're going to go product archive and try this again. Okay, and then I just realized I wanted to make sure that the app was pointing to any iOS device again. Okay, so I'm going to go back to archive that one more time, and then the app builds, and that takes a few seconds, then we'll get a window. Okay, and then we'll take the most recent, and then we're going to have that selected and click distribute app, and then we're going to distribute to App Store Connect, see if those errors cleared up. Okay, then we got, looks like that worked. So if we go to App Store Connect and we click apps, swipe for dinner is listed. Okay, so let's see what the next steps are following along with ChatGPT. Okay, so we'll click the swipe for dinner app and go to TestFlight. Okay, so the status is processing. This needs to change to ready to test before we can continue, but we can build out the testing team, which is going to be myself and my wife. So we'll add that here. So we're going to call the group internal. Okay, so it looks like I need to add my wife. Okay, so my wife is added. So let's see. So the internal testing group, can I edit that? So to add my wife, I have to do a few steps on her phone, but I'm going to do that later. So I'm just going to continue with just myself for now. So we have invited myself, and then we need to confirm that the build is attached, and it is. So that looks good. So then we can go to the next step, which is actually installing it on the phone. Okay, so the app is installed on my phone. So the steps that we had to follow was, first, we had to install TestFlight from the App Store on my phone. So I did that, and then I re-invited myself from Test App on the browser. I got an email on my phone. I clicked accept, and then I was asked if I wanted to install the app. I clicked yes. And then so now we have the app is running on my phone, and it looks exactly the way it did on the simulator. We can swipe on the meal suggestions, and then we can also see our existing matches, and then we can sign out and sign in. So that looks like it's good. So I'm going to now try to get this going on my wife's phone so we can actually see if the matching function is working. Okay, so my wife's account was set up in TestFlight. She had a different email attached to her Apple ID, so you have to make sure that the Apple ID, or the email that you have associated with your Apple ID, needs to be the email that you use to invite the user to TestFlight. But that is set up, and she now has the app on her phone. So I'm going to sign in, and let's go through the process to make sure everything's working. I cleared the database to start fresh, so I wanted to do the pairing. I didn't want to use what we had already set up in Simulator. So everything, we're going to start from scratch right here. So I just signed in and I don't have a pair yet. So I'm going to create the pair. And then I have the code. You already have a pair code, share it with your partner. All right, so I'm going to have my wife use this code to see if she can connect. All right, so she got the code, LMAQPK. Join pair, let's see if that works. All right, so that worked. So I have a pair. I should have no matches now because haven't matched anything yet. All right, so we have no matches. So on my phone, I'm going to say yes to tacos, yes to salmon, yes to pasta, no to veggie, no to pizza, yes to grilled chicken. All right, so if I swipe from hers phone, let's see, we're going to say yes to taco, no to salmon, yes to pasta, yes to veggie, yes to pizza, yes to grilled chicken. All right. So we should hopefully have some matches on the ones that boom, and there we go. We have 3 matches and we have taco, pasta, and grilled chicken. All right, so this is working. This is amazing. So this app is installed on TestFlight on both my phone, my wife's phone, and this thing is working. This is amazing. I could not be more excited this thing's actually working on my phone. So for the next few nights, I'm going to use this and try to see if we can build a to-do list of enhancements that we can make that make the app a little bit better. But the next step would be to apply to the App Store to get it listed on the App Store. So I'll have a video to go over that. If you like this, please subscribe. And if you have any ideas on where to take the app next, please leave a comment. And I will see you in the next one.